guys, we're back here on GTTV. Now, in March, Lara Croft is back in Tomb Raider, but here in Las Vegas, the team at Crystal Dynamics announced that multiplayer is coming to the game. And right now, I'm here with Noah and Daryl from Crystal to tell us about this new mode. So obviously, some of the fans may be a little skeptical, saying, multiplayer now in this game? Why did you guys think it was important to add MP?
Well, we saw it more as an opportunity than something that was important or necessary. And in fact, our audience really commonly asks for multiplayer experiences. So this idea that we were both excited about the idea, and our audience quite often really wanted to play in this world together.
For me, I think some of the cool things are bringing the character of the island across to multiplayer. Right. So we have these game changes in there where there's big events that actually happen on each of the maps. In the one that we're showing today, there's a sandstorm that comes across that you can actually initiate as a player, and you get a tactical advantage for that, where you can actually use survival instinct. You can see other players through it, whereas the other team, they're covered in sandstorm, they can't see you. So it's cool to actually use some of the elements we've really...
Isn't there like a thing where there's a lightning rod, you can stick that down and strike people with lightning and stuff?
So there's cool traps and that kind of stuff.
Traps are probably the most
you're not going to get
satisfying
in most other third-person.
Yeah.
What are some of the traps? Tell us about those.
Well, we've got, I think my favorite is the snare trap, where you actually get strung upside down and then the whole world upside
Spikes.
down. And then you can be rescued by your friend, or you can choose between defending yourself or freeing yourself.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you online in March. Now, right now, DK is in the field for an all-new combat fax on the AR-7.
Hey, what's up? This is Daniel Kaiser here at the Combat Facts Range north of Los Angeles with a weapon profile. We're talking about the AR-7 survival rifle with David B. Johnson from Saber Ops. Tell us about this nifty little gun you got here.
Well, what we have here is, like you said, the AR-7, and it's called a survival rifle because it actually can come completely apart and go into the stock. This weapon actually goes all the way back to the Vietnam era days. It was actually designed by Armalite on a military contract for pilots. In case they got down behind enemy lines, like in the jungle, and they had to survive for a week or so, they would carry this along, and they could shoot squirrels or rabbits and use that to survive. The AR-7 is actually very accurate. We shot a .22 long rifle round out of it, and I hit everything I shot at.
And it definitely has a survival feel, so maybe in games like Far Cry or even games like Hitman where stealth is an option, this would be good.
Oh, it would be great for that, especially for stealth, because really and truly you could literally smuggle it in a briefcase or whatever, open it up, put on an optic on it, and take your headshot, and then repack up and get out before anyone knows that you had a rifle on you.
Do you see anything that could be added to this weapon to make it even better?
Maybe a more powerful round, possibly. Maybe a railing system on top in some of the newer models. But for what it's designed to do, it's definitely doing the job.
Awesome. All right, well, we appreciate you taking a look at the AR-7 survival rifle. Thanks for your time, as always. For more combat facts, you can head online to GameTrailers.com.
All night tonight, we're counting down my most anticipated games of 2013, and number 3 is one of my favorites from Naughty Dog. It's The Last of Us. Joel, Ellie, the infected zombies, and tons of surprises in this PlayStation 3 exclusive that comes out in May.
I need to remind you what is out there.
Now, what's going to be the best-selling game of spring 2013? Well, to get that answer, we're going to check in with GameTrailers' own Michael Pachter.
Welcome to a special GTTV edition of Pack Attack. We have a question from Hugo Rose. With so many huge games coming out early this year, is the first quarter the new fourth quarter? Which will be the biggest seller? I would say without question, BioShock Infinite is going to be the best seller of the big games coming out this first quarter. It's coming out March 26th, and that's if we can actually trust Take-Two to get a game out when promised. This is the second time the game's been delayed, but I'm guessing it probably will come out. The other big games that are coming out in the first quarter are Army of Two, Crysis 3, Dead Space 3, and Fuse. Each of those I think will do very, very well, but I think BioShock is likely to sell somewhere around 8 million units. I think the others are going to be, struggling to sell even 5. I mean, possibly Fuse sells 5. The other guys are probably 2 or 3. It's like Christmas never ends. We've got really great content coming out through March 26th. And I think the great thing about BioShock Infinite is it's coming right about when you finish all your Christmas games and you're really ready for a new fix of first-person shooter goodness. So I think it's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to it.
return, we get a first look at the opening of Dead Space 3. Go hands-on with Razer and Nvidia's new gaming devices.
It plays all the PC games.
And later in the show, Hey Ash takes on Doctor Who.
Presented by Hyundai. New thinking, new possibilities.